Welcome to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. Here are the stories that we're following today, July 6, 2013. In international news, dueling mothers vouch for sons at Zimmerman murder trial. Egypt clashes turn deadly as troops open fire. Nicaragua and Venezuela willing to grant asylum to Snowden. A train carrying flammable liquid derails and bursts into flames in Canada. In sports, India defeat West Indies in Tri-Nation ODI series. Dwight Howard confusion is over. He rejects Lakers and will join the Houston Rockets. And in entertainment, ASAP Rocky pays homage to Shabba Ranks. Adrenaline and Christopher Martin to embark on Canadian and Guyanese tour. Details on these headlines and more when we return.
5 million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Stop the music! It's week 2 of our used car blowout month, and this week it's guaranteed credit approval. If we can't show you how to get approved, that car is on us. Log on now. GrecoAuto.com.
Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. This segment of the news is sponsored by Total Caribbean Network. In international news, the mothers of Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman told jurors in a Florida courtroom on Friday that they both recognized the screams for help heard moments before Zimmerman shot and killed Martin as coming from their respective sons. The dueling accounts came as Seminole County Judge Deborah Nelson denied a defense request to throw out the highly publicized second-degree murder case against Zimmerman. She ruled that the jury should decide whether to convict the Neighborhood Watch volunteer who contends that he killed unarmed black teenager in self-defense. Zimmerman's defense lawyer had asked for the dismissal once prosecutors rested their so-called case-in-chief, arguing that prosecutors had failed to prove a case based at least 98% on circumstantial evidence. Prosecutors encountered that Zimmerman offered at least 3 different explanations for how his confrontation with Martin began, however, casting doubt on his claim of self-defense. Nelson denied the defense motion immediately after arguments, and the defense then began its case. At least 36 people in Egypt have died and over 1,000 were hurt in fierce clashes between supporters and opponents of deposed President Mohamed Morsi. Supporters of the former leader marched to the Cairo barracks of the Republican Guard chanting, "Down with military rule," after a Muslim Brotherhood rally at the city's Rabia al-Adawiyya Mosque. Shots were fired as protesters hung pictures of Mr. Morsi on a barbed wire barrier around the military complex. At least 3 demonstrators were shot by the military. Downtown Cairo witnessed the same street battles played out 2.5 years ago, this time with Morsi supporters fighting their enemies with rocks, clubs, and fireworks. 1 person was killed in their clashes. Following the violence, the country's interim president, Adli Mansour, held talks with General Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the army chief who is also defense minister, and Interior Minister Mohammed Ibrahim, who is in charge of the police. It was the first time Mr. Mansour has worked from the president's main offices since he was sworn in on Thursday after the military overthrew Mr. Morsi, the country's first democratically elected president. Presidents Daniel Ortega of Nicaragua and Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela said Friday they were willing to grant asylum to NSA leaker Edward Snowden. Snowden has asked for asylum in several countries, including Nicaragua and Venezuela. And I quote, as head of state, the government of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela decided to offer humanitarian asylum to the young American Edward Snowden so that he can live without persecution from the empire, Maduro said, referring to the United States. He made the offer during a speech marking the anniversary of Venezuela's independence. It was not immediately clear if there were any conditions to Venezuela's offer. In Nicaragua, Ortega said he was willing to make the same offer if circumstances allow it. Ortega didn't say what the right circumstances will be when he spoke during a speech at Managua. He said the Nicaraguan embassy in Moscow received Snowden's application for asylum and that it is studying the request. And I quote, "We have the sovereign right to help a person who felt remorse after finding out how the United States was using technology to spy on the whole world, and especially its European allies," Ortega said. A train pulling over 70 tankers of crude oil derailed and burst into flames in Canada early this morning near the U.S. border. It jumped the tracks in the small town of Lac-Mégantic in the province of Quebec, according to officials in Maine, who received a request for help around 3 a.m. The inferno spread to nearby homes and authorities evacuated the center of town and a home for the elderly, CNN affiliate Radio Canada reported. Thick fuel spilled into the river. Firefighters from both countries rushed to fight the blaze with at least 27 firefighting vehicles. Fire of the trucks deployed from the United States after the sheriff's office in Franklin County, Maine, issued an all-call for help to U.S. fire departments near the border. Flames welling up stories high into the night sky were caught on camera and uploaded to YouTube. The video appears to reveal an explosion. Thick black smoke billowed into the air. The nauseating odor spread through the town. Radio Canada reported and Environmental Emergency Services dispatched a mobile lab to check for airborne toxins. The radio station said that the oil shipment was on its way to the United States. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
5 million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Welcome back to Cannes. This segment is sponsored by Leica Mobile. In sports, India defeated West Indies by 102 runs in the 4th match at the Salcon Mobile Cup Tri-Nation ODI Series at Queen's Park Oval on Friday. Set a revised target of 274 of 39 overs. After the match was hit by rain, West Indies were dismissed for 171 of 34 overs. Here are the scores. India 311 for 7 of 50 overs. Virat Kohli 102. Dhawan 69, RG Sharma 46, and Best 2 for 51. In the West Indies, 171 of 34 overs, Che Charles 45, K Roach 34, Narain 21, and Kumar 3-29. After a typically wild day of Dwight Howard being Dwight Howard, the top free agent in the 2013 NBA free agent pool is headed to the Houston Rockets. The Lakers made it official Friday night when they released a statement saying that Howard's days as a Laker were over. And I quote, "We have been informed of Dwight's decision to not return to the Lakers," the team said in a release. Naturally, we are disappointed. However, we will now move forward in a different direction with the future of the franchise, and as always, we'll do our best to build the best team possible. One of our great Lakers fans will be proud to support. But the Lakers ended the confusion thanking Howard for his one season in LA. The final decision hardly comes as a surprise to NBA observers, who knew that Howard wanted to leave the Lakers and did not want the pressure of having to compete for championships. It's a major setback for the Lakers, who viewed Howard as the next superstar to build around once Kobe Bryant retires. Howard's decision is hardly a shock. Before the seven-time All-Star met with the Rockets, Hawks, Mavs, Warriors, and Lakers, he informed Rockets coach Kevin McHale that he was interested in signing with Houston because he liked the idea of bringing the team's top star, league sources told the Daily News. As long as Bryant is playing, he intends to play several more seasons despite turning 35 in August and coming off a torn Achilles tendon. Howard would never graduate from his sidekick role. The easygoing Howard has also said that he would welcome the chance to play for a team that doesn't have the Lakers' high expectations for winning. Our hearts are beating with anticipation. The Wimbledon finals take place this weekend, where Andy Murray and Novak Djokovic, as well as Sabine Lisicki and Marion Bartoli, will face off against each other. Who do you all think will win? Andy Murray, Novak, Sabine Lisicki, and Marion Bartoli will compete in the Wimbledon finals today and tomorrow. The potential Wimbledon winners all secured a spot in the final after their hard-earned semi-final wins on July 4th and the 5th. In the women's, Sabine advanced to her first Wimbledon final a couple of hours after Marion reached her second. As far as the gentlemen are concerned, Andy will get his shot at Novak when they compete on July 7th. Like the ladies, this will be a thrilling match as well. Usain Bolt is looking to build confidence for the World Championships in Moscow by racing in the 200 meters at the Arriva meeting in Paris today. In the ninth leg of the Diamond League, Bolt will take on Jamaican compatriots Warren Ware, Nickel Ashmead, and Jason Young, along with former European 200 meters champion Christophe Lemaitre of France. All five sprinters have run below 20 seconds. Bolt is a 200-meter world record holder and has won the last two world and Olympic titles. He has the second best time this season, 19.79 seconds at the Bislett Games in Oslo on June 13th. Ware ran 19.79 in Kingston last month to win the Jamaican trials. In May, the Olympic bronze medalist also won the 200 in Shanghai and New York. Bolt should break the meet record of 20.01 set by Michael Johnson in 1990 if his challengers push him hard enough. The World Championship starts on August 10th. Jamaican batsman Marlon Samuels walked away with the awards for Cricketer of the Year and ODI Player of the Year during the WICB-WIPA Player Awards ceremony at the Hyatt Regency Trinidad in Port of Spain on Thursday night. Samuels enjoyed a productive year in all three formats, tallying 866 runs in tests, hitting 200s in ODIs, and scoring a match-winning 78 in the ICC World 2020 final against Sri Lanka. For the top award, he beat out competition from Darren Sammy, Chris Gale, and Sunil Narayan. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
Since we announced Sign and Drive with zero out of pocket and low monthly payments, cars been flying out of Bronx Honda at a record pace. Whoa! New Accord with zero out of pocket for $249 a month, or new Civics just $199 per month, or save thousands with 0% financing. You never had to leave the Bronx to get the best price on the Honda. Bronx Honda guarantees the lowest price in the Bronx. Bronx Honda, East Tremont Avenue. Visit BronxHonda.com.
I can't believe your mom let you take your car out. This is awesome.
It's time to grow up.
You're crazy.
Little wildflower.
Go faster. Stop.
It'll all be alright.
I raised my son to be careful,
Hey, sweetie.
but just to be safe,
So don't you worry.
I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Coleman Subaru, 1710 North Alden Avenue, Ewing, New Jersey, or colemansubaru.com.
Welcome back to Cannes. This segment is sponsored by Travel Span Vacations. And in entertainment, A$AP Rocky and A$AP Ferg pays homage to dancehall legend Shabba Ranks on their new single, Shabba. In the bass-heavy single Soar, the A$AP Mob members comparing themselves to the dancehall legend. Shabba Ranks rose to fame in the late 1980s and early 1990s with several hit singles including Mr. Loverman, House Call, Family Affair, and more. Shabba Ranks' music was hugely popular in hip-hop and pop culture in the United States, with several of his singles charted on Billboard. With only days before the official premiere of his remix video, Pour It Up, and the release of a plethora of new singles, rising dancehall sensation Adrenaline continues to be up the ante on his musical career. The new league music recording artist, whose given name is Keith Bolt, will depart the island this weekend for a series of shows in Guyana. During his stay in the Anglophone Caribbean state, the one-room singer is expected to thrill partygoers in the city of Botica and Potara Separoni region of Madeira. From there, the burgeoning lyricist will turn his attention to Canada for a number of appearances alongside reggae crooner Christopher Martin. According to Adrenaline's manager, Michaelis Phipps, the mini tour will be used as a promotional canvas to introduce Adrenaline and his brand of music to new audiences, which also forms part of our ongoing efforts to broaden his fan base in the Americas. She was accused of Twitter for lip-syncing during a performance on American Idol earlier this year, and now Mariah Carey has been blasted for the same offense at the 2013 BET Awards in Los Angeles on Sunday night. The 43-year-old songstress took to the stage to perform her new song, Beautiful, alongside singer Miguel and rapper Young Jeezy. And her pitch-perfect performance immediately drew criticism on the social networking site. Despite a controversial performance, Mariah did have stage presence, showing off her newly slimmed down figure in a plunging white strapless dress with a clingy embellished sheer overlay. The mother of two paired the ensemble with sky-high heels and was dripping in diamonds. Just last month, critics on Twitter blasted Mariah's performance on American Idol with claims she lip-synced her medley of hits. But a representative for the singer insisted her concert on the finale was live. Reggae legend Beres Hammond released a dub version of his 2010 hit One Life to Live last month on iTunes. Hammond's new dub single was produced by Kemar Flavor McGregor, Itana, Bushman, Sizzler, Queen Ifrica, Capleton, Turbulence, iOctane, and Morgan Heritage. McGregor's new dub-style version of One Life to Live is ranked as Hammond's #1 download on iTunes. Born in Jamaica, Hammond is considered one of the most beloved romantic reggae singers in the history of the music industry. Hammond has recorded 7 albums within the Billboard Top 10 Reggae Albums chart since 1994. He was nominated for a Grammy Award in the Best Reggae Album category in 2002 in connection with his 2001 studio album Music is Life. His most recent album, One Love, One Life, peaked at #1 on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart in December 2012. Dominica's upcoming dancehall artist TL releases his first official single on an original rhythm. The artist, whose real name Travon Lee from Kolyhot, has been performing in Russia, where he currently resides, for quite a while now. The song, entitled Weekend, is featured on the Jump Rhythm composed and released by Canadian-based label Ransack Productions. The rhythm features new and upcoming artists from around the Caribbean, Canada, and the US. The single stands as the official single representing the Jump Rhythm and has been receiving multiple plays via internet radio in the US and Canada. TL noted that it was great working with Ransack Production and is very grateful that they gave him the opportunity to be featured on the rhythm. He is hopeful that the song will motivate people to go out and enjoy themselves every weekend. TL's goal is to spread his music as well as other Caribbean music in that region, opening a wider market for the culture. You're watching Caribbean Affiliate News. Stay tuned.